opportunities for entrepreneurs, any founder will take up these. These days, there is a new job called founder's office, where you take up one part of the founder's activity, whether it is networking, whether it is business development, whether it is marketing, whatever that is. So you take up one part of that and you do it. So for this founder's office, there is no qualification. They think an MBA guy would be good, but if somebody does not have an MBA, has the skills, they will not be like, no, I will not do it. So the closest you can be to an entrepreneur is to work in the founder's office.
And a lot of people we've seen, while in fact MBA, when you're getting into doing an MBA, right, you see doctors with you, you see engineers with you see BCom professionals, BBA professionals, and lawyers as well, right? So the first question is like, if you had to be a lawyer, if you had to be a doctor, why are you coming and doing an MBA, right? It's more about the management perspective. Likewise, what I'm trying to say here is it's very important for you to have the ability and the guts to be able to reset in life as many times as you want. You do not know what curved balls life is going to throw you. Correct. So I think we choose a stream after 12th or before 12th is when I chose my stream from, say, standard 9th, that I moved from science to commerce. So you might start taking decisions at a very early stage in life and thinking that, like, okay, at the age of 40, this is probably what I'll be doing. Hence, I will take this stream. That's the whole intention, right? Or your parents might suggest or guide because they're the only ones who know more than you. Little do we realize that life does not really necessarily function the way we plan it to, right? So you should be able to take bold decisions and be able to reset. Like for me, in 16 years, I probably started off as a banker. My father has been a banker, and I thought that is the most natural thing for me to do. 2.5 years later, I realized that there's something else that I want to do. I quit. I started an adventure sports company, right, into tourism. Now, into adventure tourism, I did not figure out anything else apart from corporate building, team building getaways. But that's something which I was feeling like there's too many fishes in the pond. That I was not really adding too much value. Skydiving happened to me that time, and I started skydiving myself, became a skydiver. Commercial skydiving in India was a huge opportunity, and it was never even prevalent. It was not legally available that time. So I started the first commercial skydiving company in India. 3 years down the line, tried 3 other businesses also, did well, had a lot of people to skydive, had a lot of fun, got back to banking. Multiple reasons, but again, I went back to banking. Spent about 5 years plus there, then wanted to try something else. So as a branch manager, I was there with a large bank, and then I reset it again to come into co-working space because it was a startup experience that I wanted. I again started off from a very basic sales manager. Within like a year, pandemic hit, we all went down, but that was again an opportunity which worked, which came in as a boon in disguise for me, and then again started growing, right? And then I moved to StyleWork. So I think it would not have been all possible if I did not have the guts to probably keep saying, okay, let me start from scratch once again. It's like a train track that you decide to switch to go to a different destination. You might feel like you're getting derailed, but you just might not, right? That's just the beginning of a new destination and a new journey for you. So that's something which youngsters should feel, that life is what you make out of it. And if you're an engineer, you need not probably be the best engineer tomorrow, but be open to accepting and adapting to change. So that's why adaptability is a very important thing that I was talking about.
I think one skill that's life skill, we can call it, and that life skill is how to learn, how to learn anything. If you can learn that, then you can be completely resilient. No matter what situation comes, you can figure out what to do next.
That is why we humans have persevered and survived over so many centuries, right? We are the most smartest species because we have learned to adapt, whether it is the Stone Age or even now the modern age, the industrial age. We have thrived through different stages and ages of evolution, right? It's because we have learned to adapt. Because what we used to do like millions of years ago, we were not. Otherwise, we would have been like dinosaurs, right? They were the most powerful. They are extinct, we are not. So, yeah.
As far as learning is concerned, it's like, breaking it down to the smallest possible cell and then mastering it, laying one brick at a time. That is how I have looked at it. I've learned 3 languages which I was not privy to, and every time I picked somebody who could talk nothing other than that language, and from them is how I learned it, through the possibility of mistakes, through the possibility of failing and failing multiple times.